Hi guys, former General Secretary of the RMT Union, Mick Lynch, appeared on Irish media where he spoke about English nationalism and the right of the left to take back control, in a sense, of symbols like the flag and English culture. He says here that people in England should be proud of their culture, and I completely agree with that. Have a listen to this.
There will be a polarisation. I think left-wing politics will come back, but unfortunately it will be faced with a more extreme version of the right. It's coming to the fore in this country, as we've seen, with the rise of the right, and it's been a long-term thing in Britain. We've had the National Front and the British movement and the hard right of the Tory party, and open racism, and it is difficult. But I mean, English people should be allowed to be proud to be English in England, and that's had a lot of connotations, and some people have felt a bit inhibited, I think, on that in England. And Irish people should be proud of their heritage and the struggles that have come through, but that doesn't mean you are alien to other people. We're a country and a diaspora of tens of millions of people, Irish people around the world. So it's a peculiar situation, but it comes from having a thriving economy. If you've got a thriving economy, people are going to come towards it.
Yeah.
Ireland used to have a terrible economy and people fled away from it, and that's why I've got the accent I've got, and there are millions of people in Britain in that position, you know. So we've got to be careful about the way we talk. I'm not against integration.
Yeah.
I'm not against people being able to move abroad under a controlled scheme, but Britain felt, and many people in Ireland felt, that the free movement of labour meant that people were just pawns, and people did become pawns to be moved about by big companies.
Yeah.
Now, what you got to have is proper collective bargaining and proper trade union rights, so that if you do have to move from one country to another, you get the full deal and are not used as cheap labour and are not exploited, which is a lot of what happens.
Okay, let's park the Brexit stuff towards the end, because while I have huge amount of respect for Mick Lynch, I love the guy, he's completely wrong when it comes to Brexit. He believes that it was not possible to nationalise industries, which is completely false. And he thought that leaving the European Union would strengthen the protections for workers, which it actually had the opposite effect. Anyway, I'm not going to rehash those old arguments. But when it comes to English nationalism and English people being proud of their nation, I'm in complete agreement here. He's completely right. Why should the left allow the flag of St. George or English symbolism or English culture or English traditions be hijacked by the far right? There's no justification for that. It seems to be something quite prevalent in England. People in Scotland are proud of their nation. People in Wales are proud of their nation. Why should the English not be proud? Why should it only be the so-called patriots? Why should it be the far right that fly the flag? Ordinary English people on the centre, on the left, need to take back control, to use the Brexiteer term, take back control of their symbols, of their flags. English people, and I have friends in England, I have friends on Discord from England, I have friends I've collaborated on this channel with from England. You have every right to be proud. I'm not an advocate for national pride. I'm more like George Carlin of the idea that, you know, you shouldn't really be proud of things that you haven't achieved, and national pride is being proud in other people's achievements. You should be proud of your own achievements. But if people want to be proud of their nation, okay, I'll support you in that. You know, not every nation is perfect. No nation is perfect. Every nation has its ups and downs, has its problems. But the people of that nation should be allowed to be proud of that. And for so long, people on the left, in the centre of politics, have been afraid to be proud of being English. And there's no reason for that. There's no proper justification for that. They feel that it's, well, if I fly the flag, people would think I'm far right. No, you should fly that flag. And you should show to people that you're not far right. Take back control of those symbols. People have to do that. Don't allow Farage to set the narrative that, well, if you're a patriot, it means you're far right. No, it's the opposite, actually. Because the far right don't respect the nation. They only respect part of the nation, or pretend to respect part of the nation. And the nation is all people. Doesn't matter where they originally came from, it's they're contributing in some way to society, either economically or socially or in other ways. Look at the example of Scotland. It's not ethnic nationalism, it's civic nationalism. I think it's a similar case in Wales. So English people, ordinary English people, who are not racist, who are not on the far right need to take back control of their symbols, of the flag, of the culture, of the language, everything. Don't allow the far right to hijack it. For too long they have, and that needs to stop. So I completely agree with Mick Lynch here. Let's leave the Brexit stuff aside, but I completely agree with him when it comes to English people being proud of being English. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think, and I'll see you in the next video.